Chapter 2. The First Night. I woke to the sound of rain against the window. A slow, persistent tapping that at first I mistook for the noise from the night before. But then I remembered. It hadn't been raining. My phone read 3:07 a.m. The house was utterly still. No traffic, no owls, no wind. Just that soft, alive silence that comes when everything else in the world seems to be holding its breath. I turned on the lamp, expecting the sound to stop, as if light could chase away what the dark had made. It didn't. The tapping was back. Not from the window this time. From below me. Tap, tap, tap. A pause. Then 3 more. Then 2. It wasn't random. There was a pattern. Almost like a rhythm. I pressed my ear to the floor. The wood was cold. Through it, I could feel the vibration. A pulsing heartbeat buried in the foundation of the house. I whispered as half joking, half afraid, "Hello?" Silence. And then, as though in reply, 3 faint taps. Tap, tap, tap. My skin went cold. I sat up too quickly and hit my head on the desk. The sound stopped, then resumed. But this time it was softer, slower, closer to the wall. I grabbed the flashlight from my bag and followed it, tracing the sound as it drifted toward the far end of the room where an old carpet covered the floorboards. Something about that carpet made me uneasy. It didn't match the rest of the room. A faded red runner with stitched patterns that looked almost deliberate, like symbols. When I pulled it back, dust billowed up in clouds, and there, near the center, was a small square outline in the floor, a hatch, a crawl space. I tried the handle, but it wouldn't budge. Locked. The moment my fingers brushed the metal, the tapping stopped completely, as if whoever or whatever had been making it realized I'd found the source. I stood there for what felt like an hour, flashlight trembling in my hand, waiting for it to start again. It didn't. By morning, I had convinced myself it was nothing. Pipes, wood, animals, anything but what my half-asleep mind had imagined. That morning, I met the postman, an elderly man named Harlan, who stopped at the gate when he saw me. "Didn't know anyone was moving in," he said, adjusting his cap. "You kin to Abram Moore?" "His nephew," I said. "Inherited the place." Harlan nodded, but his expression darkened. "Place has sounds, don't it?" The question hit me harder than it should have. I hesitated. "What kind of sounds?" He shrugged, eyes never meeting mine. "Some say it's the wind. Others say Abram never left. House keeps talking when the lights go out." He handed me my mail and muttered something under his breath as he walked away. Something I couldn't quite catch, except for 2 words. "Do never sleeps." That night I decided to ignore the floor entirely. I put in my earbuds, turned on some music, and lay down with the light on. But around 2 a.m., the song stopped mid-track, silence filling the headphones. Then I heard it again, soft, purposeful, coming from beneath. Tap, tap, tap. Then a pause, then whispering, just faint enough to make me question if I was truly hearing it. "Elias, let me out." I tore the earbuds out and stumbled from the bed, heart pounding. The whisper didn't stop. It followed me, through the hall, down the stairs, muffled but unmistakable, a voice inside the house. I grabbed my coat, opened the front door, and stood on the porch in the freezing air, gulping the night like I'd been drowning. Behind me, the whisper fell silent, but before I closed the door, I could have sworn I heard something else. A faint creak, like footsteps crossing the room above. I was the only one here. At least, I thought I was.